SMF, MMTs, we're looking for overvalued stocks. We're at a double top here on a weekly standard technical analysis chart, MMTs. The first and foremost thing is that we're at 74.67% DS. That is a public indicator that those crowds between the buyers and the sellers in the bigger arena, the bigger money, are going to be looking at. One of the things that we're going to be looking at for those people are thinking, because that this 50 week is rising, but they can always pull back and test those. The 10 week is rising. These are very bullish for those bulls, and that percent DS is getting at levels where, well, on this particular name, breaking the all-time highs up to a double top, we're going to look in the SMF platform. We are getting into the beginning phase of being overbought from where we had that big nice bounce right down here off of that 240 to the highs of 278 even. And this weekly high here was 278. It's right down here. Now, having said all of that, we are going to go to a CMG daily chart here in our platform, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to populate it. Bam, there are the lines. On a daily level here is that we have reached an all-time high. So what we're going to be looking at in our system is where this ratio is, so that we can get on a daily level here. It'll tell us when to get in the short side of it, and we're 100% maxing out up in the delta. So the more positive, here's the weekly in our SMF CMG weekly. Okay, so what I'm trying to get at is using our platform is going to give us a signal of when all the buyers finally get in at the top. What that's going to mean is that the higher that these deltas go, 2 deltas up, there's still a run that could go up to 288 out of 2 deltas. A delta's 560. So basically what I am going to get at is, by looking at the weekly cycle here, is how much of a ratio do we break above here. If we stall here at a weekly level and we start to reverse on a 60, 15 minute chart and 3 minute chart, and it starts, then the key will be closing below. Half of this weekly bar was huge. It was $23.95 for the weekly move from bottom up here, and that's 5 days of price action. Half of that bar right here, the way I see it, is going to be 266. The pullback, this bar over here is 259.08. That's where we made that first high. This half bar right in here, 266.89. That's half of this bar on the way down during this reversal, on this weekly reversal right here. So let's make sure that we set the alarms, and we'll do this during the trading day. We'll do the call options, the put options. Put options are going to be deflated, call options are going to be inflated, and we'll start taking a look here using our other time frames, but particularly when this next weekly pullback would warrant a short sell versus it running its course and making the upside movements. There is movement that we can continue to go higher here on this weekly. One of the areas that we'll be looking at is the 281, 288 handle and 285 handle on the upside, which would bring the put side down cheaper and the call side a little bit more inflated. We are in our system, in the MMT platform, if we do not go above that weekly delta line and we start to see weakness on the opening bell and we break below toward the half bar, if we get short up here, if that's the case, but we don't break below half of that bar, that's 266.03. And if it held at support, well, we would get out and then we would bounce off of the half of the weekly bar. But I'll see everyone in the morning and we'll see how that one works out. This is CMG. It's in an overbought.